Cruise ships are supposed to be floating paradises, sun-soaked decks, exotic destinations, and endless buffets. But what if your dream vacation turned into a waking nightmare? What if something or someone followed you from port to port, refusing to let you go? Welcome back, everyone, and if you're new here, I'm so glad you found your way. In honor of Summerfest approaching, today's video will focus on real horror stories that took place aboard cruise ships. These aren't your typical lost luggage tales. These are bone-chilling accounts of stalking, supernatural sightings, and unsettling mysteries that might just make you think twice before booking that next voyage. Before diving in, a quick thank you to today's sponsor, June's Journey. If you're into murder mysteries or true crime, this free-to-download game is going to be your new obsession. Set in the roaring 20s, you play as June Parker, unraveling the murder of her sister and her family's secrets through hidden object puzzles in beautifully crafted vintage scenes. I actually got stuck on the level crime scene photo, trying to find the raven, so be warned, it's addicting. One of my favorite features, customizing your garden island. It's the perfect way to unwind. June's Journey is available on Android, iOS, and Facebook for PC. Download it using the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now. My name is Shelby. My late husband, Antonio, was the love of my life. He passed away in a motorcycle accident on April 29th, 2016. Years ago to the day I'm writing this. What I'm about to share is something I buried deep, something I told myself I'd never revisit. But maybe by speaking it out loud, I can finally make peace with it. Antonio and I both grew up in Italy. English is my second language, so bear with me. He'd always wanted to visit Greece, but life got in the way. One of my biggest regrets is not taking time off work to go with him when we had the chance. In late spring 2018, I finally did it. I booked the trip he always dreamed about. But traveling alone at 36 wasn't ideal, so I chose a cruise thinking it'd be more structured and safe. I found a celebrity cruise line package called Best of Greece. Athens, Santorini, Ephesus, Mykonos, Volos, Thessaloniki. Back to Athens. I tried to enjoy it. I really did. But I couldn't shake the heaviness of being there without him. I drank more than I should have in Santorini, wandering into a nameless bar and losing myself in martinis. That's when I noticed. A man mid-40s maybe, long brown hair, unshaven beard. His stare was piercing. Not flirty, not kind, just invasive. I left quickly and forgot all about him, at least I thought I did. In Ephesus, nothing strange happened. I drank too much again, but otherwise felt okay. But in Mykonos, I saw him again, same outfit, same unnerving presence, just watching. My stomach dropped. Was I being followed? I ducked my head, pretended not to notice, and left with a couple I met by chance. Safety in numbers. That night, I explored the ship, trying to find him. I didn't. The next day, in Volos, I stayed at the gangway all morning, watching every single passenger disembark. He never showed. Thessaloniki was the last stop. I tried to be brave, avoided bars, stayed sober. But while walking the streets, there he was again, arms at his sides, standing still in the middle of the road. Something changed in me. I shouted, ran toward him. He bolted. I chased him down street after street, but he vanished just like that. Back home, I couldn't shake the paranoia. I started researching, scrolling through police records and missing persons reports. And there he was. Same face, but what got me? his name. It was Antonio. I called the police. They told me the case had been closed. That man had died a month earlier, in a boating accident off the coast of Paga. The exact date, April 29th, 2 years to the day of my husband's death. Felt like I couldn't breathe. Was I seeing ghosts? Was my grief breaking my mind? And then it hit me. The only city I didn't see him in Ephesus isn't even in Greece. It's in Turkey. Last summer, my niece got married in Athens. I didn't want to go, but I couldn't miss it. During the reception, I saw him again just for a split second. Same outfit, same bar, same directionless stare. I've tried to rationalize this for years. I've told myself it was grief, stress, wine, imagination. But there's a part of me that wonders, what if Antonio did get that trip to Greece after all? If today's story left you chilled, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've ever had a travel experience that went horribly wrong, I'd love to hear about it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay safe, and maybe skip that next cruise. If you're new here, you're in for a wild ride. And to all my returning viewers, thanks for coming back. This story isn't just a cautionary tale about losing your phone on vacation. It's about what happens when that simple mistake spirals into something terrifying. Imagine thinking your biggest problem is a petty feud with a friend, until you realize someone dangerous has been watching you the whole time. Here's what happened to me on a summer cruise I'll never forget. I'm a senior at Rowan University in South Jersey. My sorority sisters call me Devon. Last summer, a few of us decided to go all out and book a Bahamas cruise. We had just turned 21, so naturally our plan was simple: drink, flirt, party, repeat. After a chaotic semester full of Greek life drama and exams, we needed this break. There were 4 of us: Dower, Messina, Taylor, and me. I was closest with Dower and Messina. Taylor, well, let's just say we didn't exactly vibe. She always had this passive-aggressive thing going, and I couldn't help but feel like she resented me. I worked out, kept myself together. Taylor didn't, and there was tension. Still, I figured we could coexist peacefully for 1 week. We sailed with Carnival, hitting a few islands before circling back to New York. Our first stop was Paradise Island, and the second we docked, we hit the bar hard. All 4 of us were giggling, tipsy, and playing up the whole vacation party vibe. It was actually really fun. At one point, Messina asked me to grab her another drink, so I went to the bar. She followed me, but right before our drinks arrived, she dashed off when Dower called her over. I stayed behind, took a couple of selfies with the drink's classic move, then picked them both up and joined the others. I didn't want someone swiping her drink, but when we got back to the ship, I reached into my bag and felt my heart sink-eyed. Left my phone on the bar. I panicked, cried. I was furious with myself. I figured it was gone forever. But when I opened my laptop and used the Find My iPhone feature, the strangest thing happened. It showed my phone was still on the boat. So I rushed to the lost and found. Nothing. Nobody had turned in a phone. Which raised an awful question. If someone found it, why keep it? My friends tried to cheer me up. It's just a phone, they said. I tried to let it go, but the next day, I was sitting at the front of the boat, curious again. I opened. My laptop panned. My phone showed up right on top of me. I looked around, nervous. So many people. Then I saw Taylor. She was smirking. I tried to ignore it, but a few hours later, in the arcade, I checked again. Same result, my phone was basically with me. I lost it. I confronted Taylor, accused her outright. She denied everything, called me stupid. I made her empty her purse and pockets, and nothing. No phone. I felt humiliated. I locked myself in my cabin and cried. For the next 2 days, I barely interacted with anyone. Taylor and I didn't speak. I kept checking the phone's location, hoping it'd change, but it didn't. It always hovered near me. Then, on the second or last night, I found an envelope on the floor inside my room. Someone had slipped it under the door. My stomach turned. I opened it, and inside was a letter. A handwritten letter from someone named Bart Vinsky. He said he found my phone, saw my pictures, and wanted to confess his love. He mentioned my name, my face, my room number. I wanted to throw up. Some stranger had access to everything. My apps, my notes, my photos, my messages, and he knew exactly where I was staying. I ran straight to cruise security. They were absolutely useless. Bart never showed up again. The cruise ended. We got back to New York. Taylor and I sort of made up, but I knew I'd never forget what happened. I wish the story ended there. That night, after my dad drove me home, I stayed up late watching trashy reality TV. Around 2 a.m., I thought, what if I check my phone's location again? I opened the laptop, and what I saw made my blood freeze. The phone's blue location dot was inside my house. I screamed. My dad burst in, grabbed his hunting rifle, and ran outside barefoot. I followed, heart pounding. He fired a warning shot into the air, yelling. Just then, we saw someone jump our side gate and bolt down the street. My dad didn't chase him, just stood there shaking. We circled around to the backyard. That's when we saw it. One of his ladders was leaning against the house right under my bedroom window. Worse, the small wooden lock above the window had been nearly sawed through. A few more minutes, and he would have been inside. We filed a police report. It's been almost 2 weeks now. No new incidents, but I haven't slept a full night since. My phone was deactivated, but who knows what that man saved. Pictures, contacts, my address. I check the locks obsessively now. I close my blinds. I don't sleep without a bat next to my bed. If you're planning a cruise or any trip, watch your phone, because one mistake could cost you more than your data. Thanks for listening, and stay safe. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true horror. I'll post an update if anything else happens. Tonight's story is a chilling reminder that sometimes the dream job you've always wanted can turn into your worst nightmare. Picture this: the open sea, endless stars, and new faces every day. It sounds like the perfect escape, until one of those faces is hiding something far more sinister than heartache. Let me tell you about the time I was drugged and stalked by a man I thought I was helping. This might sound odd to some of you, but I've always dreamed of being a bartender on a cruise ship. I don't know why exactly, but something about life at sea just always sounded peaceful, liberating, even. And I guess you could call me a social butterfly. The kinds of people you meet on cruise ships, always fascinating. So, a few years back, I decided to chase that dream. As a friendly woman in her mid-20s, with a solid couple of years of bartending experience under my belt, I breezed through the Royal Caribbean interview process. I got hired. It felt like the beginning of something amazing, and for a while I traveled, explored new countries, and made great money. It was exhausting, sure, but in the best way. My first 2 tours were a whirlwind. I probably served more people in those few months than I had during an entire year at my local bar back home. But that was part of the appeal. The fast-paced, the constant flow of new faces, and the idea that I was part of their vacations, their honeymoons, their getaways from reality. My third tour was a 12-day transatlantic cruise, Miami to Portugal, then Spain, 5 straight days at sea before docking. I was excited. Europe felt like home to me, and Royal Caribbean had hinted I might get some time off afterward to visit Lyon. I knew how to handle myself, especially with drunk guys. Working nights on a cruise ship bar comes with its fair share of creeps. But then he showed up. A tall, handsome man in his 30s, always quiet, always watching. He came back every night, nursing his drinks slowly, staying until closing time. Eventually, we started talking. His name was Sebastian. I found myself looking forward to seeing him. There was a depth in his green eyes, like he was carrying a secret he couldn't quite let go of. On the 3rd night, he finally told me. His wife Sasha had been cheating on him with his best friend from college. The betrayal was fresh and painful. He said he'd taken the cruise alone to clear his head. And to be honest, I felt for him. His story hit me hard. We talked for hours, and by the end of the night, he thanked me and offered to buy me a drink as a token of gratitude. Normally, I'd decline, but this time, I didn't. He insisted on pouring it himself. I watched him do it. His hands were calm, his smile was gentle, and then everything went black. When I woke up, I was in my room tied to my bed. My belongings were gone. My safe emptied. My phone missing. My suitcase vanished. He'd cleaned me out. Worse, he'd disembarked at our last port, Ponta Delgada. Security found footage of him leaving the ship and never coming back. They kept it quiet. They begged me not to go public. Promised they'd find him. Said they'd make it right. But they didn't. Single quotes to the man I knew as Sebastian had used real documents. Real passport. Real name. But everything led to dead ends. His apartment, vacant. His number, disconnected. His jobs. All said he vanished without a trace. Not even a traffic ticket in his record. He'd played the long game. I tried to move on. Took an extended leave. Switched cities. But a month later, the envelopes started coming. No return address. No note. Just pictures. The first one showed me walking to my car. The second, shopping at the mall. By the 4th photo, I stopped sleeping. Each envelope felt like a message. I'm still watching you. After the 6th one, I finally went to the police. They were sympathetic, but useless. Said they'd file a report. That was it. Then came the night I heard knocks on my bedroom window. I called the cops again, and they found nothing. That was the breaking point. I moved apartments the very next day. No forwarding address. I changed everything: mail number, bank cards. I even bought cameras for my windows and doors. Thankfully, the photos stopped. It's only been 3 months, and I pray every day I don't see that face again. My best guess is that he got into my phone while I was unconscious and gathered everything he needed. Contacts, address, photos, accounts. I lost more than just stuff that night. I lost my peace of mind, my sense of safety, my dream of working at sea. I don't know if I'll ever bartend again. It's terrifying how quickly a dream can become a nightmare. How someone you feel sorry for can twist your kindness into a weapon. So to anyone out there chasing adventure, please, be careful who you trust. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this story chilling or eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more true horror stories, and leave a comment below, especially if you've ever had a creepy encounter while traveling. Stay safe out there, and never let your guard down.